So what are some of the challenges that you face being a professional athlete transitioning to youth coaching with this generation?
One thing that we didn't have to deal with, and I'm glad I didn't have to deal with, is social media. That is the biggest thing. I mean, I've had situations throughout my coaching career where a rival school get hooked to an unpleasant picture and they put it on Snapchat or put it on Twitter. And so dealing with things like that, man, is tough, dealing with this social media era. So being able to try to help them and navigate them how to use social media, because it's a blessing and a curse. Because we all know if you go and retweet, you might as well write it. Yeah. So if you retweet or like it, they're gonna take it as you have written it just like. So I try to tell them all the time, like, just be careful, because we all seen draft night with kids. These folks, I don't know who's doing this. Is it somebody paid to go back through people's social media account and find the unpleasant things they could find?
Yep.
So just let's be careful what you put, because you never know when somebody's going to use it against you. And when they do, how do we navigate that? And I just tell them, we're going to fight through it. We're going to face it. But it's a 24-hour news cycle. A new story going to be tomorrow. So we can't make decisions for now, because that story be gone and over with by tomorrow. And there's a new scandal that's out right now. But these kids don't know how to handle it. And they do some of the craziest things, and the one thing that you can't come back from is suicide. So we just try to help them navigate through it and let them know tomorrow to be somebody else. So let's not make rash judgments to a situation that would be passed over in the next 24 hours.
And you talk about social media, and it's the me type of society. How have you been able to combat that with me knowing you and everybody else who knows you? You're a team guy, even though I think y'all wide receivers are some of the most prima donnas of all time. Right. So tell me how you take that, fighting against that, and you bring the team culture there instead.
So one thing I always say, and you know that, I've never seen a bad team win off-season awards. Never seen a player win MVP on a bad team. So if we can combine all our individual goals, and we all should have individual goals, but if we combine our individual goals into a team concept, and if our team do well, you will earn the praise that you're looking for. So I just try to tell all my kids that you need others for you to be successful, because none of us did it on our own. We need 10 other players out there to help us achieve our individual goals, then achieve team goals. But it's hard out there trying to, not look at me mentality. It's hard, but as long as you try to keep the main thing, I've always heard, keep the main thing, I'm okay with people trying to have individual goals, because if you play your best in the confine of a team structure, then the team will be successful. And then we all can achieve those individual goals that we want. Then I could post that I'm the coach of the year. You could post that you're the player of the year. But we did it in a team way and not an individual way.
Right. What advice would you give these young players that aspire to go D1, go to UGA, become an SEC legend, Georgia's Football Sports Hall of Fame, become a professional athlete?
It's so simple. What are you doing when the cameras are not on? God. I could tell you this, man. I could tell you many stories where in high school, man, because I saw what they did, state championship wise and stuff. What I could gather my guys up, man, let's go shoot. Let's go out, throw. Let's go do something when the lights are not on, the cameras are not on. What are you doing to get better at your craft? Because if you're only doing it when you're supposed to, then there are some people that are just ultimately gifted. But others have to work. And if you're not doing the extra, then you're doing yourself a disservice. So I always tell my kids, what are you doing when I'm not here, when the lights are not on? And that's how you become great.